Hi, I'm Corey Talbot with Hyde Tools, and I'm here with Mark Keegan from Keegan Works, and we're going to talk about what do you do for a brush to actually, when you first start to use it, are there any tips and tricks that you would give to somebody that's not a professional on what they should do to a brush before they start using it?
Sure, absolutely. I think for this Richard Oval brush, and like any nylon polyester brush, before you start working in your product, especially when you're new out of the box, but every use, if the brush is dry, you want to just get it in some cold water, never hot water with these filaments.
Okay.
That's hugely important. No hot water, lukewarm at best. Hot water can definitely change the bristle and change from what would be a nice working bristle to something that's completely flopped out. It'll take all that
Bounce
nice
out of it.
Yeah, it'll completely take that out of the brush.
Okay.
So hot water is a no-no. So we want to just stay with cold water. We want to get water into the stock, even a little bit. Just open it up a tiny bit, not forcefully.
Okay.
Get water, squeeze it, work it into the stock. That's when you just take it outside, an area where you're comfortable. Spin it out between your hands. Simple trick.
Okay.
But spin it out so that a good part of the water, you want almost all the water out, and then you want to feel it. There should just be a tiny dampness to it.
Okay.
Too much water, and as soon as you start cutting, it'll run on the stock.
Right.
But
Get on your wall.
Yeah, it's important though, and that makes a huge difference. And something that we do besides that, with the Floetrol, that particular product we were talking about, Floetrol.
Okay, that extends and open,
Extends and open time,
yeah. Paint for longer.
Worked great. I tried it the first time this brush when I was working on trim especially. You tend to be working a lot with this much of the brush when you're working on trim.
Sure.
What I do is I take Floetrol, put it, and I'll show you, and we can do that.
Yep.
Put a little cup. I just put some on my finger. I know it sounds, but when the brush is already wet, you work it down about an inch from the stock into the bristles. When you're working on trim, you'll never get the crusty brush, they call it, up top.
Oh, yeah.
What happens when you get crust?
What all mine have.
What happens when you get crust at the top of the brush? When you're working on trim, the crust ends up in the paint.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
It's going to happen, definitely.
Okay.
So, by getting some
tip.
Floetrol in there, you're extending the life of the top of the brush. It just won't harden up there.
Wow,
It just
that's
doesn't.
great.
So you just keep working, and then every once in a while you can work a little bit more, and it stays in there. But
Okay.
just a little tip. Works
Excellent.
well.
Thanks.